Caracas, Venezuela. 4 days before the knock on his door, Venezuela's oil minister tweeted an ode to President Nicolas Maduro. "Thank you, President Maduro, for giving me the honor of being by your side." Flattery got the oil chief nowhere. In a scene videotaped and displayed on government channels, a masked intelligence agent, clad in black, handcuffed the surprised minister at the door of his home November 30, before hauling him away to a military jail. Venezuela's government called the arrest of Eulogio del Pino part of a historic fight against corruption that in recent weeks has ensnared dozens of senior officials, especially those linked to the all-important state oil giant, PDVSA. Yet observers say the moves also highlight an escalating effort by Maduro to consolidate power ahead of next year's presidential elections, in which he is expected to seek another term. The removals include the forced resignation last week of Venezuela's once powerful envoy to the United Nations, Rafael Ramirez, who some saw as a possible Maduro rival in their United Socialist Party of Venezuela. Del Pino was viewed by some as one of Ramirez's men, as were several other arrested officials. Maduro seems to be clearing the decks for a presidential run in 2018, trying to reduce the stature and perhaps the freedom of anyone who might be a countervailing center of power, said Eric Farnsworth, Vice President of the Americas Society and Council of the Americas, a business and culture organization. Even sex is in crisis in Venezuela, where contraceptives are growing scarce. Maduro, the hand-picked successor of leftist firebrand Hugo Chavez, who died in 2013, is among a handful of global leaders identified as threats by the Trump administration, which has described Maduro as a dictator. With Venezuela's economic crisis spiraling out of control and medical and food shortages worsening, the climate here is ripe for dissent. Yet after suffering a series of arrests and electoral setbacks that many blamed on fraud and intimidation, the political opposition is weakened and divided. One faction, for instance, is participating in Sunday's vote for mayors across the nation, while others are boycotting it, arguing the government cannot be trusted. The opposition is in such disarray that despite Venezuela's myriad problems, a new public opinion poll showed Maduro's popularity jumping to 31%, the highest in 2 years. With his opposition neutralized as an immediate threat, Maduro appears to be looking closer to home, observers say. At least one thing is sure, internal divisions within the Socialist Party founded by Chavez have rarely been so public. On Tuesday, Ramirez, the representative to the United Nations and once one of the country's most powerful government officials, announced in a tweet that he was quitting his post at Maduro's request. "I've been removed because of my opinions, I will continue to be, no matter what, loyal to Commander Chavez," he tweeted. Venezuela's universities feel the sting of economic and political crisis. Ramirez, a close Chavez ally who ran PDVSA from 2004 to 2014, had been the subject of intrigue for years.